Hello everyone, hope you're all well on this Wednesday afternoon. Get ready for your gas prices to really skyrocket. I'm going to say it. I think they're going to skyrocket here pretty dang soon, and it may even be before the midterms. And a lot of you are already noticing gas prices going up. Some of you a lot more sharply than others. But there are other reasons for that I'm going to go into here in a second. But right real quick before that, I was reading an article yesterday about how Elon Musk had come out with a proposal to end, or a peace proposal for Russia-Ukraine war. And I know just by mentioning his name, I'm going to trigger people. I get it. You know, he's got issues. He's into all kind of stuff. I know. But he came out with this peace plan. It was about 4 or 5 points in it, and I can't remember exactly, but they sounded pretty. They made pretty good common sense to me. But and at the end of it, he was like, "We just trying to do my part to prevent nuclear war." He said, "I'm very concerned about this escalating into a nuclear event," and that was, that was his message. And hey, good for him. Now, it didn't really go anywhere. I mean, he put that out there, but he was attacked from, I think, every world leader. Maybe not everyone, but pretty much everyone involved in that war really laid into him. And, it made me think, I mean, is it too much to ask just to talk? I mean, is there diplomacy still? I mean, did we try hard enough? I mean, not that we're fighting directly, but instead of sending billions and billions of dollars in aid and material and ammo and stuff, things that we might, all these missiles and things that we may need, you never know. Why could we not try harder to broker some kind of peace even before the thing started, whatever happened to talking to these people? It makes me think back in the early days of the Cold War. Well, not really the early days. Cold War was a long time, lasted a long time. But back in the 80s, mid 80s, things were getting ratcheting up between United States and Russia. And I remember Reagan met with Gorbachev. I believe it was Iceland. They met for like days. They both met there, and that just stands out to me. And I remember they talked and talked, and they would walk together, and they formed kind of a relationship. And I don't know if you could say they were friends, but I think they formed a mutual respect of each other, and things started to dampen down, and they came to some agreements. Now, you can argue whether that was really effective, but it took the heat off, and things cooled down somewhat, at least, during that time period. And it made me think, we had leadership. Where is leadership? We have no trusted leadership, no strong person or personalities or leaders that really have a genuine concern for the country, for the citizens. We don't have that now. I don't know who we have in leadership position. I know there are probably a few, in government, maybe, on the national level is what I'm talking about. But who do we have? Can you name one? If you can name one, put it in the comments. I know there are some senators. I know I like Tom Cotton. I like Rand Paul. Makes a lot of sense. I know there are some others, but I'm struggling. Isn't that pitiful? I can only name a couple. There were some others that I would put in that category, but over the last few months, no, they've showed their colors. And over the last 2.5 years, if it did nothing else, it definitely showed the colors. It showed the true colors of politicians, a lot of people in power. Anyway, I was just thinking about that. Where are our leaders? And then also it said that there was a former general, I can't remember his name, but he said that they interviewed him on Fox, but they asked him, said, what if Russia, they're backed into a corner here, what if they use a tactical nuke or low-yield nuclear device? And he said, well, what the United States and NATO will do, they will target every single Russian military piece and personnel that they know about on the field and their ships, and they will hit them. He kind of acted like he wanted it to happen. I'm like, God help us. God help us. Had to share that. But anyway, I saw today where gas, y'all, okay, it's been surging anyway, okay. They're citing two different things. This was before today. It said major petroleum refinery issues and policies, of course, government policies that are de-incentivizing more fossil fuel production. Well, of course, that's intentional. They don't want that, they don't want to make it lower. They don't want to make it better for the consumer to buy gas, of course. But add on to that, today it was confirmed OPEC and Russia, well, OPEC specifically today, definitely confirmed that they're going to cut production by 2 million barrels of oil per day. Well, of course they are. So the national average has already been surging up for the 14th straight day today. Its average is now $3.81 a gallon. That's the national average. Now, I know you folks out west, California, man, y'all are getting just wiped. I know. In different parts of the country, it depends where you are. Here, it's been about anywhere from 309 to 320 something. It ranges. It's a big range. But, and to think, what, 2.5 years ago, we were energy independent. What was the gas? I know it was like $1 something. I can't even remember now. But this is intentional, of course. And if you think you've been fleeced so far, whew, I mean, OPEC, so they're cutting production. That will raise it. And then you got midterms coming. Y'all, whew, I mean, if you can store some, do that. But I mean, I know that's difficult. I have some stored, but, I have enough for emergency, to bug out or something like that. But it's impossible for the average person to really store a lot of gas, It really is. But this is a heads up. Be ready. It is going to go on up. It really is. Probably more than we can, maybe more than you can imagine or expect. All right, verse for the day. This is one of Mrs. Dawg's favorites. And before I get to that, I know we talk about every day what's going on, and it's not to scare people. It's not to make you worry more. Prepare. Just keep preparing, and don't let this get in the way of your goals. Don't let this bother you to the point to where it paralyzes you, okay? Let's keep doing the things, all right? That's all we can do. There are a lot of things that are just out of our control, okay? Just keep preparing and pray, all right? Okay, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Amen. If we walk by sight only, we can only do what is possible, right? But if we walk by faith, we can do the impossible. Impossible things happen. Okay, promise you. Keep that in mind. Keep praying. Keep preparing and repeat. All right, that is my message. Share your thoughts. God bless you. I will see you soon.